is no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrick Rosas. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The Cowboys take over first and 10. At their own 18-yard line.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Come on. Come on, D.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Prescott to throw it. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he won't go down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now Saquon Barkley, he'll have a first down past the 40. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 71 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Tackle made by Marcus Golden. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Prescott throwing complete to Cobb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11. At the 43-yard
Check,
line.
check, 47. I'm coming. Hey, kill. 26.
On second and 11 now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. He can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Whip. Watch the whip.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off Byron Jones. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 49 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here we go, set. 18, Gator. Guys, game situation.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Jones now on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big play here for Dallas. 57 yards on the ground. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprint it into the secondary for a long, long run.
Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Jones throwing complete here to Tate. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. On third down, Barkley. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Results in a 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
It's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Come on,
from the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 34 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, that was punt the football, because this game's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, second most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Prescott now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
1st down, Prescott. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The throw over the middle, taken in. A gain of 6 there on first. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Now Pollard. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards on the play, first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
They go play action here on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Mason Foster. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run with Barkley. He finds an opening past the 40. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. PAT up and good by Rosas, and we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Hey, kill.
10th carry now for Elliott. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the
score 70, Indy.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. Over the middle to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going short.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From just shy of midfield, Jones throwing the out route and complete. It's Tate. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Hey, check right, check right. Watching your five. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the two.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. An opening there on that first down run as he gets us forward for about 8 or 9. And that looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Again, it's Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A run for Pollard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Dallas, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.